straight. Right. Let your hands rest by your side with your palms facing up to the ceiling. You might soften your gaze, or you might fully close your eyes and let your awareness drop inwards. And just get a sense here of yielding to the pull of gravity. Letting your body come into a state of full support here. And as you let your body yield downwards, you might notice a shift in the way your breath moves here. If your eyes are closed, you can envision pathways of your breath moving throughout your body, similar to a river. In yoga, we talk a lot about prana, the life force energy that's moving through your body. Prana, this life force energy, enters with the breath, but it's slightly different from the breath. You can get a sense of this prana as flowing like a river. And so as we picture pathways for the breath, might also envision pathways for prana. And often we'll picture prana as having color like gold or white or silver. And just envision this energetic flow present in your whole being, down to the tip of each finger and toe. Moving through all the joints of your body with ease. One belief in yoga when we have illness or injury in our body is that area needs more prana. So you might visualize that if there is anywhere in your body that's not feeling at ease here, as receiving more of that energetic flow. Might even put your hands on that part of your body, using the intention and the energy in the palms of your hands to help direct that inner energy. We'll stay here for a few more full and complete cycles of breath, filling up on your inhale, emptying on your exhale. And with your next exhale, again, release your hands down by your sides if they're not there already. Extend your legs long, resting your heels on the ground, toes pointing up towards the ceiling, and begin to rock on your heels. So rocking your toes forward and back. And if you rock on your heels here, the rest of your body is naturally going to come into a little bit of movement. So you're bouncing your toes forward and backwards. Those heels are keeping a strong connection with the ground. And that bouncing movement forward and backwards is naturally going to move the rest of your body. So you can feel without effort that your legs are moving. You're also bouncing forward and backward. You can feel that movement in your torso. You can feel the grounding of your hips and your shoulders here, but the rest of your body moving in sympathy with this movement of the heels, this bouncing, almost hyperactive kid energy, bouncing back and forth. This is a nice way to get that inner prana moving. We'll stay here a few more times, just bouncing into the heels, letting the rest of your body be in motion here. And now relax into your legs. Feel that difference, that little bit of movement can make in your awareness of this inner flow of energy. Come back to the fullness of your inhale, the emptying of your exhale. And let's fold into both of your knees, settle your feet, hips width distance apart. Point both of your knees up towards the ceiling. Press into your heels, lift your hips up, shift your hips to the right and lower them down off center to the right. Good. Now lift your hips again, slide through center over to the left, lower both hips down to the left. We can do this a few times. Lift, shift, and lower your hips from side to side. We're looking for your two hips to land and to rise equally together. So notice if there's any twisting as you take this movement, lifting, sliding, and lowering off center. And if you do notice twisting, just try to stabilize that so that your right and your left hip lift and lower together. Next time you find those hips sliding towards the left and lowering, lift and recenter your hips. So sending those hips back towards your midline. Cross your right knee over your left knee. We'll just rock that lower leg from side to side, rocking into your lifted leg. You could do this with your arms by your side, or it might feel really nice to bring your arms into a T shape here with your palms facing up towards the ceiling. We've got knee crossed over knee if that's available to you. Otherwise, you might not have that full joining of knee to knee. Beautiful. Next time your hips are moving through center, uncross your right knee, recross with your left knee on top. And again, we're going for knee to knee, not ankle to knee. See if knee to knee is available as we rock side to side into that lower leg. Could be really big and dramatic side to side movements. Might be smaller and more controlled. Beautiful. Next time your knees are floating through center, uncross your left knee from your right. Walk your knees hips width distance. Lift both feet off the ground and grab a hold of your kneecaps with your hands. Want to have your fingers pointing down towards your ankles. Arms are starting straight here. On an exhale, bend into your elbows, pull your knees in closer to your chest. Inhale, press your knees away from your chest. Keep that connection of hands and knees throughout this movement. So we're exhaling, knees coming in. Inhale, knees drifting away. You're moving at your own pace. This is our Apanasana, this yoga posture designed to help eliminate that downward energy, that apana energy in the body. So we fill up with prana, this energy of life force, but our body also creates energy that needs to be released outwards. And in yoga, that's called apana. So this posture, apanasana, helps release that built up energy in the body. Exhaling as your knees come inwards, inhaling as your knees drift away from your body. There's tissues right there, right? Pizza, if you need it, right on the other side of your bolster. Beautiful. The next time your knees are drifting away from your body, release both knees to the ground. We're going to keep our knees bent and take a turn onto the right side of your body. You can support your head with your right elbow. Let's take some nice deep breaths here. Good. If there is a blanket underneath your head here, and if you're comfortable removing it, we're going to move that blanket, just kind of shift it out of the way. You want to create some space for that left hand, the hand that's in front of your chest, to move over your head and behind your body without bumping into anything. So if your blanket is there, just kind of scoot it out of the way, creating that pathway. Good. So we're going to start with our left hand in front of our heart. Begin to trace a line back and behind your body, keeping your fingertips in the ground as long as you can. So if you're right up against the wall, you're going to want to scoot towards the center of the room. We're pressing our arm up and behind us, and then trace a line out to the side. As we come to the sides, you're naturally going to bring your shoulders to the ground. That arm is going to reach out to the side, and I'm just pushing stuff out of the way as I go. You probably are too. Go ahead and keep moving your hand connected to the ground back and behind you. So coming back towards your bottom, then hop over your hips and come back to your starting point. There it is. So we're tracing a line all the way up, reaching back and behind us. You're making a big circle of your arm here. So you're coming from back and behind your body all the way out into our twist. Keep moving. Keep dropping those fingertips down towards your hips. And then we'll hop over the hips. One more time, tracing that line behind your head all the way around, down towards your hips, then hopping over. Now we're going to keep this movement, but reverse our circles. So this time our hands are going to move down towards our knees, hop over your hips, trace the line from here, back and behind you, over and behind your head, coming again in front of your heart. So same movement, we're just reversing this circle, starting low, reaching up high and behind us, and bringing our hand in front of our hip. One more time, big circle here, reaching back and behind your hip, tracing that line all the way around and open, pausing here on your side body. There it is. And we'll take a breath the next time you land here on your side body. Nice deep inhale. Good, really nice opening for our shoulder. Really good kind of stretch into the lymph nodes that sit underneath the armpits we get with this movement. This is our flopping fish movement. We're going to shift to our other side. So left arm down in the ground, supporting our head. Right hand is our upper hand. We're going to start in front of our heart. Take a breath or two here. Just let your body arrive. Let your mind arrive. And we're going to take this movement starting by reaching over our head. So with those right fingertips connected to the ground, extend your arm long and over your head. Reach back and behind you. Trace that circle all the way down towards your hip. Then we'll hop over the hips and bring your hand again in front of your heart. Again, reaching up and over your head. As we open, our shoulders come down to the ground. So we're taking a twist, reclining here, and then we're hopping that hand over our hips and coming back. So it's this big, big opening, big, big circle all around the body. And the next time your hand is in front of your heart, we'll switch the direction of our circle. So we're moving down towards our knees, hopping over our hip, then stretching up and back behind our head and over the body. These curtains just want to envelop me as I keep moving my arm around. So we're reaching, reversing this circle, really big circle of the arm, big rotation into your shoulder, big stretch into the side body, into your armpit. Next time your hand lands in front of your heart, take a pause and take a breath. Really lovely. Press into your hand, shift yourself up through a seated position, and we will find our hands and our knees. So you might choose to give yourself some support underneath your knees as we come to hands and our knees. Spread your fingertips wide here. Curl your toes under. And we're just going to take that little shift forward. Spine is parallel to the ground. We're shifting forward, leading with our head. Then shift back, leading with your tailbone. Spine is parallel here. Just a gentle shift forward towards the front of the mat, leading with your head. Back towards the back of your mat, leading with your tailbone. Really lovely. So we're going to come back towards center here. From center, take a big stretch up with your left hand. Reach your left fingertips towards the ceiling. Slide your left hand through between your right wrist and right knee. Bring the side of your head to a block or the ground. So you don't want your head floating in space here. You want that balance on a block or the ground. Right hand comes in front of our nose. Right elbows pointing up towards the ceiling. Breathing here in our thread the needle pose. Now activate that lower arm as if you could press that lower arm all the way through the ground. Keep that nice activation of the lower arm. Maybe extend your right leg long and behind you. We have the toes down, heels pointing up. Maybe that right leg reaches long. That's the side that you're twisting towards. If that doesn't feel good, go ahead and bring your knee back inwards. Good. Keep that action of lower arm pressing into the ground. If your right leg is long, really press those toes down. We don't want those toes up in the air. Go ahead and take that right hand, stretch it long and forward. Again, these are options. You can stay exactly where we are, or you can take these options. Final option is we're going to tuck our chin in, then roll onto the back of your head so that you're looking up towards the ceiling. Keep breathing. Keep that lower arm active. A lot of deep stretches happening here. Good. If you took that option to roll to the back of your head, tuck your chin in and again, bring the side of your head to the ground. If your right arm is long, bring the right palm of your hand in front of your face. If your right leg is long, bring your right knee beneath your right hip. We're going to press into our right palm, lift that left arm out here. Let's come back to our parallel movements on our mat. Shifting forward through the crown of your head, shifting back through your tailbone. Beautiful. Let's begin to shift towards center as we set up for our second side of thread the needle. This time the right hand will reach all the way up towards the ceiling. Thread that through, bringing your hand between your left wrist and your left knee. Left hand is going to walk in front of your face, and sometimes we need support on one side and not the other. So notice if your head is on the ground, if you're up in the air, slide a block beneath your cheek. Give yourself something to rest your head on. Begin to activate that lower arm. So press that long arm as if you could squish it right through the floor here. Notice how your breath moves here. This is our return to point. So if any of the suggestions I offer don't make sense for your body on this side, this is where we'll return. So option one is we can slide that left leg long, toes are down, heels lifted. Keep that lower arm pressing into the ground. If it doesn't feel good with this left leg long, you can always send that knee back beneath your hip. You can, if you'd like, take your left arm long, reach those fingertips forward towards the front of the room. Again, we're keeping a connection between those back toes in the ground and between those left fingertips in the ground. Don't lose that activation of your lower arms. So even though our body is not working actively here, our muscles are still strong and active. Can stay exactly here, or we can take that roll of our head by first tucking our chin in. It's going to protect your neck. Tuck your chin in and then roll to the back of your head, lifting your gaze towards the ceiling. All of these options, you're going to choose what makes sense for your body and then drop into your breath. Good. If we're on the back of our head, tuck your chin here, roll back onto the side of your head and your cheek. You're going to bring that left hand in front of your heart if it's not already there. Bring your left knee beneath your hip if it's not already there. You're going to free that right arm back outwards. And we're spreading our fingertips wide here. Let's find our cat and cow. Drop your belly, lift your chin, curve your back body, bring your chin in. Moving at your own pace. Inhaling, arching your back body as you look up. Exhale, rounding your back body as you look down. Beautiful. So we're going to come to our neutral spine here. Curl your toes under if they're not already. We're going to walk our fingertips back towards our knees. Lift your knees up and away from your mat. Really good. Bring your hands to your heart. Let your gaze find a non-moving point, coming for a moment into our 10-toe balance. And then we'll drop our heels and bring ourselves all the way up towards standing on our mat. Lovely. Good. Let's remove that blanket if you have a blanket on your mat here. Walk your feet slightly wider than your hips. In case of this one's for you, so help kind of activate your immune system. So nice little pressing, little kind of gorilla presses into the lymph node at the center of our chest. Yeah. Really nice. We'll bring that pressing down into our arms, into the underside of our arms, and then to that armpit. Yeah, and then again to the center of the chest. And then we'll do that other arm, pressing into the outer arm. into the underside of that arm, into that armpit, and into the center. Really nice. And then just take a big stretch out here. Beautiful. And relax your hands down by your side. Very good. I'd like to take us back to the wall. So come onto the wall. And I want you to bring a block with you. So we're going to kind of lean against the wall here. Settle that block down by your side. We're going to take a high squat to the wall, so kind of a high chair pose. So it's not as deep of a fold of your knees as you would if you were doing our classic chair, but we do want the knees slightly folded. So we're bending into the knees and we're leaning our bottom back into the wall. And then we're just going to sit back against the wall. Yep. So roll your shoulders back. Want to have a nice connection here between our shoulders and our hips. Really nice. Good. And we want our block on the outer side of our right foot. So lowest height in the outer side of our right foot. Good. So see how it feels here to cross and bring the left toes to the block. There it is. Good. Feel back into both hips, both sides of your hips connected to the wall. Bring your arms out here. Yeah, there it is. Really lovely. Rotate your palms facing up. Good. We're going to lift the right arm up, left arm down. Cross your arms in front of your body. Bend at the elbows, hug back. Good. Keep the back of your shoulders connected to the wall. Keep your elbows nice and high. So we don't want the elbows down in our chest. We want them nice and high. Very good. Option to stay here, or we can float the toes off of that block. Traditionally, the toes are hooked behind that lower leg. I used to be able to do that 20 years ago, but I can't really anymore. But something to play with. You might have the ability to hook the toes here. Either way, we're breathing. Breathing into the supportive variation of our eagle pose. Keep your elbows tall. Connection between your hips and your shoulders. Notice where your breath moves. Beautiful. Let's release those arms back out. Uncross your legs here. Good. We're going to take a lean forward and a press back of our hands into the wall, and then gently bring yourself up towards standing. Good. Standing forward of the wall here. Walk your feet hips width distance. Roll your shoulders open. Shine your palms forward. Squeeze and lift your thigh muscles. Yeah. Activate and stretch into your 10 fingers. Now move your hands behind your hips and roll palms up, thumbs back. Beautiful. Find your steady breath here. So hands behind posture. Put our chin slightly in, back of our neck is long and aligned with our spine. Keep that active activation of your thigh muscles and your fingers. And we'll soften where we can soften here. Beautiful. Big inhale, reach all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Lovely. We're going to turn towards the right where we already have our block set up. And we're going to set that block on its tallest height right in front of our right foot. Go ahead and hold the wall with the right palm of your hand, elbows bent here. We're going to step our foot up onto our block. And you want this block close enough that when you step your right foot up, the hip doesn't hike. We don't have to reach forward. So you want to keep that hip in alignment with your outside hip. Good. Press into the sole of your left foot. Find that light lift and activation of your left thigh. So left foot's our standing leg here. Go ahead and turn towards the wall. We're bringing both hands to the wall, gazes to the wall here. Keep that outer foot nice and active. Keep that energy pouring through the four corners of that left foot connected to the ground. If it's available to you, stretch your arms out here. Rotate your gaze back towards that back shoulder, that right shoulder, right hand. Find a steady breath here. Beautiful. Let's bring our hands back in, shoulders with distance apart. Rotate gaze facing in the same direction as your heart. Release this right foot down to the ground. We'll shift your block now on its shortest height, opposite edge of your left foot, and we'll come back to face forward. Really nice. There we go. Good, so stepping forward enough from the wall here, we'll again find that high chair. So slight bend to your knees, we're pressing back with our hips to the wall. Our hips land, we're then extending both shoulders back. There it is, good. Good, and I know my feet came forward. If you're a sit too, you might move that block so that it's still in alignment with your feet here. And we're just going to shift right knee over left. Start with your toes down. Extend your arms long. Good. Feel again that connection. Back of both hips connected to the wall. Backs of both shoulders connected to the wall. This time, right hand comes down, left hand comes upwards. We're reaching our arms in front of us, crossing at the elbows. Reach back, grab for your shoulders. And again, nestle your shoulders to the wall. Nestle the back of your head here. And we can stay exactly here with your toes down, or float your toes up. Sometimes we can get a thing on one side and not the other. So you might be able to hook your pinky toe behind the shin of your standing leg. Find your steadiness with your breath here. Big inhale. Exhale, release those arms back out and down. Uncross your lifted leg. Going to take a lean forward, both hands pressing into the wall. Press yourself up towards standing, and we're standing forward of the wall. Double check your feet are hips width distance apart, all 10 toes in a straight line here. Good. Shift your gaze forward, roll your shoulders open, shine your palms forward. Find that lift and activation of both thigh muscles. Activate your 10 fingers here. Move your hands behind your hips. Roll your thumbs back, palms up. Shift your chin slightly in to lengthen into the back of your neck and to keep your ears aligned over your shoulders. Find your steady breath in those hands behind. Good. This is one of those postures that brings our whole body into our natural alignment. This is one of those postures that can help bring your body out of chronic pain into more ease. Notice where your breath flows here. Notice how you can do two things at once. You can keep those thighs tight, fingers strong, and you can soften into your throat. And soften into your breath. And inhale, reach all the way up. So Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Beautiful. Take your block now. We're going to set the block on its tallest height, close to the wall. This time, left side of our body is closest to the wall. We're going to point our toes towards that block. Left palm of your hand comes to the wall, supporting you here. And as you're ready, lift that left foot up. Again, we want this block close enough that we're not taking a huge step forward as we lift that left foot up. Now, actively press through the center of your right foot. Yeah, that outside leg. Feel the muscles pull inwards towards your bone. Feel that strong support on your right side, and then take a rotation towards the wall. We're starting with palm to palm on the wall, facing the wall. Hands are about shoulders width distance apart. Feel that long right leg supporting you, that right foot supporting you with equal pressure on the inner and the outer, forward and back. If you'd like to go further here, stretch your arms long, rotate your gaze towards your back hand. Find your steady breath here. Beautiful. If your arms are long, again, walk your hands shoulders width distance apart. Rotate your heart facing the same direction as your toes. And we'll release that left foot from the block. Take a rotation forward. We'll again find our hands behind pose. So palms shining forward, both thighs strong and active. All 10 fingers strong. Move your hands behind your hips and roll, thumbs back, palms up. Good, keep your neck long, ears in alignment with your shoulders. Maybe close your eyes, maybe find your breath. You're gonna hear me just restart our music now. Wonderful. Let's kind of open our eyes. And this time I'd like you to turn to face the wall. We are going to be doing our downward facing dog at the wall. So as you face the wall, you're going to place your hands about shoulders width distance apart onto the wall. You're going to press your hands into the wall and walk your feet backwards towards the center of the room. And as that happens, our hands are naturally going to lower. So we're not going to go lower than hip height here. In fact, you might even stay higher depending on how your hips feel. Good, take a peek at the toes. We want to see all 10 toes in alignment, just like when we do our hands behind pose. Also, like our hands behind pose, we're going to squeeze and activate the thighs here. Really good. Now from here, go ahead and release your right arm down and let that arm swing from side to side. Yeah, really nice. Let that arm swing out of your shoulder joint, pressing your left hand into the wall. Keep your thighs strong and active. Now swing your right arm in the opposite direction. If it's already swinging forward back, you'll go side to side. If it's side to side, you'll come forward back. Careful of that wall in front of you though. Really lovely. Now press your right hand into the wall, free your left hand down, and we're swinging here from your left shoulder joint. Good, switch the direction of your swing. Beautiful. Go ahead and press both hands into the wall. Spread your fingertips wide. Press your hips equally towards the center of the room. Release the weight of your head. And if it's available to you, squeeze and activate your thighs here. Notice how that activation into your thighs creates a little bit more spaciousness into your back. Find your breath here. Beautiful. Let's gently bring your gaze forward. Walk your hands towards the wall, and we'll turn to face the center of the room. Give those wrists a little release. Really nice. Interlace your fingers and roll into your wrists. And we'll roll in the opposite direction into your wrists. Lovely. Good. We're going to back up again to the wall. This time we don't need a block next to us. So back up to the wall. We're not bending into our knees. We're just bringing the hips and the shoulders to the wall. Good. Lift your 10 toes up and away from the ground. Spread your toes wide and ground equally through the inner and the outer edges. Ground equally through the balls and the heels of your feet. Imagine you can pull those center arches of your feet up into your body. Then we'll lower our toes to the ground. Good. This is our yogi foot lock, this equal activation, full use of the sole of your foot. You're going to bring our weight to that left foot, lift the right foot up, and settle the right foot to the inner edge of your left leg. Good. Now, naturally, and I'm going to exaggerate, naturally, our hips kind of drop out to the side. See how it feels to bring everything back to midline. Really commit to pressing through the four corners of your standing leg. And if you want, we can reach our arms up. Good. Wall is here. Use it. Bring the backs of your elbows, the back of your hands to the wall. Find a steady breath. Exhale, release your hands down. Release your feet down. Walk it forward and shake it out. Opposite, opposite. Opposite, opposite. Really good. Really good. And we'll walk it back to the wall. Good. Start with your hands and your hips, both hips connected to the wall here. Drop your gaze, lift your toes, feel and see your toes spreading away from each other. Good. Notice how it feels with the toes lifted to actively press down through the balls of your feet underneath your big toes and your pinky toes. We're pressing equally through the inner and the outer heels on both feet. And then imagine pulling your arches up. Good. Relax your toes to the ground. Going to keep that activation on our right foot. Lift your left foot up. Send the sole of your left foot to the inner edge of your right leg. And activate again through that right leg. Press equally down through the inner and the outer edge of your foot. Imagine pulling that arch up, and maybe we'll lift our branches. Find your steady breath. Big inhale. Exhale, release your branches down. Release your foot down. Step it forward from the wall and find that opposite, opposite shake out. Opposite, opposite. Beautiful. And we'll come forward to our mat again. Beautiful. Coming to that front line of your yoga mat. Take a big reach up. Exhale, soften your shoulders. Keep your arms lifted. Inhale, peel your gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands down to your knees if you're congested, to blocks or the floor if we're not congested. Find your steady breath here in our standing forward fold. Beautiful. Bend your knees enough to bring the palms of your hands flat. Step your feet to the back of your mat, coming to our downward facing dog. Press into the tip of each finger here. Extend your hips up and back. Bring both knees down to the earth. Sit yourself up into a seat. And we want our knees pointing forward. Good. Grab for your two blocks if they're not already handy. Send the soles of your feet together, knees pointing out and away from each other. And if there's a big space between your knees and the ground, the blocks are a nice way to support your knees here. Good. Grab a hold of your toes. You can interlace your fingers or hold onto your toes here. Pull your shoulders open, peel your chin up. As long as it doesn't cause pain in the back of your neck, we're lifting the chin, lifting our eyes towards the ceiling, breathing here into our Baddha Konasana. You are welcome to stay here or shift your chin forward. Lean forward with your heart. Maybe point your elbows towards your knees. taking this other variation of our butterfly pose. Here we're leaning more with the heart than we are with our chin or our forehead. So it's an action of keeping your low back drawing in. Nice steady breath here. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Use your hands, guide your knees inwards, and we will extend our feet forward here. Give your toes a nice little, really nice. And keep the slots close enough that we can grab if we want them, not so close if they'll be in the way if we don't. Just find a roll of our feet around our ankles. And we'll roll in the opposite direction, feet around our ankles. Good. Your feet into stillness. Keep that left leg long. You're going to fold into the right. So bringing the sole of your right foot to the inner edge of your left leg. Might grab a block here for beneath that knee if that's supportive for you. Good. Press through the heel of your long leg. Point those toes up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale. Stretch your fingertips tall. Exhale. Frame that long leg. Bring your hands to the ground on either side of your leg. Good. Want the hands close enough inwards that we're not curving into the spine here. So we want a nice long spine. Isometrically activate the hands. That means that we're making the muscular movement to drag our hands back, but they're not actually moving. You're gonna find a light outward rotation of your upper arms, nice drawing together of your shoulder blades on your back body. Fix your gaze on your foot. Take an inhale, let your belly soften. As you exhale, lift and squeeze your navel up and in towards your spine. You might even draw your chin slightly in. Inhale will relax this movement, relaxing your navel, relaxing your chin. Exhale, maybe you'll add a lift of the pelvic floor, activation and lifting, hollowing of the belly, drawing in of the chin. So each inhale, we're softening. Each exhale, we're activating these energetic locks in the body. We're lifting the pelvic floor, maybe tightening the navel, maybe bringing the chin in. Relaxing as you breathe in. And it's a zipping up as you exhale. That pelvic floor, abdominal area, and chin. Do that 2 more times. This is our great seal posture or Maha Mudra. Beautiful. Next time you inhale, sit up nice and tall. Use your hands, guide your right knee towards the ceiling. Extend your right leg long, bend into your left knee, and we'll take that open on the left side. Sole of your foot to the inner leg. If your knee's up, give yourself that support here. Good. Press through the heel of your long leg. Point those toes up towards the ceiling. Take a sweep of your arms up. Big inhale. Exhale, free your long leg. Hands are on the earth. Good. Find that action of activating the muscles of your arms without actually moving them. Outward rotate the upper arms. We're springing, rotating the eyes of our elbows forward. Feel your shoulder blades draw towards each other. Let your gaze fix on your foot. You will find that muscular inner locks, those bandhas, they're called of yoga, locking us up with your exhale. So inhale, soft belly, soft pelvic floor, soft throat. Exhale, maybe we can lift and squeeze those pelvic floor muscles, squeeze and activate the abdominal muscles, even bringing a chin slightly in. So we were holding a little orange beneath our chin. Then we're softening the pelvic floor, the abdominal muscles, the neck muscles for our inhale. We're activating like a zipper with each exhale. Good. This activation of these inner energetic locks control and conserve that energy of prana moving through our body. They also create these inner structures of support that can help bring our body into that more optimal alignment all day long. Good. One more activation of this great seal, these three energetic locks. As you inhale, relax, sit yourself upwards, extend your left knee towards the ceiling, lengthen your left leg long. Take a slight fold into both knees here. Reach your fingertips up tall. Exhale, lengthen forward. If we're congested, you're going to keep your head high. If you're not congested, you might relax the weight of your head low. Notice what your body needs here. Close your eyes, go into this pose and let yourself yield here to that support of the earth beneath you. We'll inhale here, let yourself sit up tall. Maybe keep your eyes closed as we transition downwards for our Shavasana here. So grab the support that you need as you bring yourself lying once more on your spine. Coming around with our eye pillows. You want this bolster for your knees?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, float your feet up. There you go. Eye pillow. And if you're getting jerky, you can always be on your side.
Okay. Thank you.
Big breath in here. Exhale, let yourself fully relax into the support beneath you. And one more big breath in. Full and complete exhale. Allow yourself to withdraw control of your breathing. You can visualize this inner river of the body, moving that fresh pranic energy throughout your being. Envisioning that apana energy, that old or stagnant energy, easily released outwards. Feel yourself at one with the universe around you. Just as water flows with ease down rivers and through oceans, so does this energy move with ease throughout your being. Notice how this movement of energy needs no effort from you to happen. You simply watch the wisdom of your body at work. Notice your breath moving here. You begin to invite inward some extra movements of your toes and your fingers. And bring that movement into your wrists and your ankles. And if you feel ready, you might take a big reach and stretch. Back with your fingers, forward with your toes. Maybe you'll bring your knees towards your chest and wrap your arms here, finding a gentle side to side movement. And allow yourself to rest easy on one side. And press down with your top hand, bringing yourself up to a supported seat. And we'll pause a moment here with our hands at hearts and our eyes closed. Close our practice with a simple sound of Om today. If you'd like to join, let your next inhale prepare.